Hello, everyone. Here's James and Lee. Welcome to the Teach Entrepreneur interview, monthly Teach Entrepreneur interview for this month, July 2022. So, if you have never been to a TE interview before, I'm going to share the link to all the previous recordings in a minute. You can always watch the previous interviews we had in the past year. So, and today we're so lucky to have Lee with us. So Lee has been our client for the past over a year, and I'm so lucky that she's willing to talk to us today about how to discover your own voice in your online teaching business. I hope you guys gonna learn a lot from it. So before we get started, I want to check on the technical part of it. So we are broadcasting this interview to LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube right now. So please let us know if you can see me, hear me okay on the platform you are using to watch the interview at this moment. Please comment, let me know. All right. So just make sure we don't have any technical problem here. And in the meantime, don't hesitate to click on the like button to help us promote the interview and let more people to see us in their feed. Okay, and don't forget to comment with your introduction, where you're tuning in right now, and let us know more about you and yourself. Okay, so see and hear you on LinkedIn right now from Robert. Thank you for letting me know. Uh, and anyone on YouTube? Okay, YouTube. Okay, we can see you and hear you from Ann Taylor. Thank you very much, Tara. I can see you and hear you well. Thank you very much, guys. All good on YouTube. And Malcolm, see and hear you fine on YouTube on Facebook. All right, thank you guys for doing that. And please keep the chat box active. Always use it to ask questions and introduce yourself if you haven't. Let us know where you are tuning in right now, and maybe you can find somebody just next to you, right? So back to this interview. As I said, we have Lee with us today. Um, we're going to talk about how to discover your own voice in your own teaching business, which is I think, a big part of, I think, what I found in the past year, what is stopping a lot of teachers getting results, that they are trying to become a different person. They are trying to following the successful teachers and forgetting about themselves. And I hope the story we're going to share today from Lee going to inspire a lot of teachers to find their own voice in their own online teaching business. So what we're gonna do today, I will make a very short introduction myself, very quickly. Then I'll turn it to Lee, let her talk about her stories, and we have a couple of things we want to go through, or three things we want to talk about when it comes to become yourself in your business. All right. So this kind of agenda. Very quickly, myself. I know most of you guys probably are familiar with my background and been following me on different platforms for a while. But my name is James Liu. I have this business helping teachers look for clients, students online and charge a higher rate. I've been working on this business for over 3 years now. We have helped over 3,500 teachers through one-on-one coaching, group coaching, digital courses in the past 3 years. And the business is growing. We're having more and more teachers in our community. So if you are interested in getting your own business up and running and get your own students online, charge a higher rate, don't hesitate to reach out with your questions, and hopefully we can work with you as well. So and we since we started business, we have also launched a 21 Teach Entrepreneur Challenge, which is a group training. We run monthly. We have next round starting on August 1st. If you're interested in joining that, I'm going to share some links later on in this interview. Look it up, right? If you want to start, finding your own students online, charge a higher rates, don't miss this opportunity to work with us in the 21 challenge. Okay, and see some comments here. Hi, Kathy, and yeah, from UK, Monica. Let me see here. Yep, Monica. Hello, hi Debbie. Many of you are joining us. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I'm gonna pass to Lee. Thanks for waiting, Lee. Yeah, very quickly, you want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. My name is Lee Wallenius. I'm from Finland. And in December 2020, I was working and I actually got a little bit hurt at my work. So I had to change my jobs. So, but I didn't know what to do. And James's ads kept popping into my email address. I don't know how he got him, or I don't know how that connection happened, but they kept popping in. And it took me some time to make a decision, but then finally I did. And January 2021, just after I finished my PhD in English, I made the decision and I took the plunge. I did the challenge, and it took me a little while to get going, but then I joined the inner circle, and now I'm even working with the in the one-on-one program with James and his team. And I have to say, I'm excited about the future, and I think the sky is the limit. I'm learning to think that way, but the sky is the limit.
Yeah, I like that. Yes, I think all the entrepreneurs. One of the reasons for people becoming like entrepreneurs is they know there's so much more potential they can tap into, right, in their business and get much better. And especially when you at work, right, you have a job, then you already know what is in front of you. I think that was my situation. I already know like what's going to happen in the next 4 or 5 years if I just follow the ladder. Right? I feel like no, it's more exciting to have your own business. Thanks for sharing that, Lee. So very quickly move on to kind of your journey. Thanks for sharing that with us as well. Your journey. I know we've been working together for over a year now, and we are very happy with your progress so far that you have made. I think one of the biggest changes we're going to talk about today is like seeing you like adjusting things yourself, and I think you're happier with your business as well. So one thing probably a lot of teachers will be interested. Now, if you're looking back, right, in the past a year, over a year now, so what would you say like the biggest challenge you face? I know there must be a lot of challenges you have faced, right?
Yeah.
So if you get to pick one, like what is the biggest challenge you faced at first in your business? What would that be?
I think it all like no all my little points that I have like noted down is they have to do with marketing, because within marketing you have the pictures, the videos, you have the writing, you have to brag about yourself, you have to talk about yourself, what you're good at, and all these things are sort of tough for me to do. First of all, I've been a little camera shy all my life. I've always been the one taking pictures in any functions, and I think that has been one of the big things that I have started to actually enjoy is uh, writing copy and making posts and taking pictures and videos of myself and putting them up for the world to see. And that's a huge change in my thinking pattern. But just marketing, I think, of course, is the biggest, and then that rolls into selling. But marketing has been a big thing for me because I've
Yeah,
had to talk about myself, talk about what I've like my how I've learned the language and so forth and so on.
yeah.
So
I
I
think
think
yeah,
marketing.
yeah. I think it's specifically for social media marketing, right? So I
Yeah,
remember I remember inviting you to have this social media mindset interview. Remember?
yeah, yeah.
We talk about that, and I think it resonate with many teachers. I mean, you're gonna be surprised. So how many teachers actually send us some feedback on that interview? They were like, "Oh, I resonate so much with people are talking about that in the interview." So social media marketing, um, it was a challenge to many teachers, especially when teachers are not very active on social media before they start a business. No, they never posted anything, basically no pictures of them before, no videos, right? Before now, for to market your business, right? You have to talk about yourself, talk about your business, share some pictures if you want. It's not like you have to share your pictures, you have to share videos, but it always help because think about this, right? You market your business, and for students to work with you,
Mm,
it's easier if they know you, right?
absolutely.
It's easier to know who you are, what you do, and how would you let people know. You have to explain, you have to share, right? I think it's a mindset. Now, don't feel like you have to share these for the business. You share that for yourself. Social media is a platform for you to get yourself in front of so many, like millions and millions of people, right? And that's very powerful. And I'm glad that you shifted that mindset. So I want to check on the audience. So how many of you guys are concerned about social media marketing? And you were like social media shy, like you never post anything, or you don't want to post anything on social media? How many of you have that challenges right now? Like you're concerned about social media, you don't feel good about it, you don't feel comfortable using social media to market your business. Kathy, I'm surprised. Kathy, you're doing great, right? You're doing great using social media. Anyone else? Does that resonate with you? Um, what Lee shared about social media marketing, the mindset, how that changed. I mean, the good news is, from what Lee has shared, right? Lee has changed. No, that's the part we need to look at. From the very beginning, Lee was concerned about social media, don't feel comfortable now, and as you said, right, Lee, you're actually enjoying, making these copies and sharing, and on social media, right? Me videos, Inga, John, yes, just a technique part, not really shy. Okay, that's good. That's good. And calling social media all new to me. Good. So maybe Lee, if you want to share a little bit more, like what made that change, like how did you overcome that hurdle, the social media, the mindsets? What did you do, like how did that happen, like what changed?
Well, for me was, I mean, I think the first thing was when you said that we shouldn't look at this as selling something, but helping people, and that really resonated with me. And then, of course, I listened to those mindset videos so many times about especially imposter syndrome, and just being okay with I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So for me to put up a video, it takes me, I shouldn't even say how many takes, but I'm getting better at it. I'm starting to say like, oh, whatever. So it's like, and because it's people trust you when you make little mistakes here and there. It's like you're
Yes,
human, and
yes,
yeah, I think that makes a big difference in people's. But it's the mindset videos. If anybody is wondering if they need to, if anybody needs help with changing your mindset on something, listen to those videos. They are there for a reason, and it's like they really help. They help me because it's okay to be okay. And
yeah,
my perfectionism is, I'm still a perfectionist, but I'm learning to give myself a little bit of room
yeah,
to be happy with something less than perfect. So that's why I'm really enjoying the process because I see myself changing. So
that's
I'm
great.
enjoying that in
That's
this
great.
whole thing.
That's great. So I think Julia gonna be so happy that you mentioned that. No, the mindset, perfectionism mindset. I'm never shy. I was never shy on social media. It takes so long for me to create content I'm satisfied with. Yeah, I think as Lee suggested, right? It's okay to make some mistakes. It's okay to not be perfect. Actually, it makes you more relatable to your audience. Right? Everyone makes mistakes. Oops, I made a mistake. Right, right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
many other teachers resonate with that. Very new. I don't use social media much myself. It's good, David. Yeah, I think a lot of teachers they don't use social media a lot at first, but social media is the easiest way to market your business, and that's why a lot of teachers start with social media. And from what Lee suggested, right, it can change. Really shifting the mindset from selling, no, just selling your services, trying to get client to helping, right? So many people are are there like waiting for you to help them, right? Help them first, right? If they want to become your client, let's work together. If you are good with all the resources I'm sharing, great, I'm helping anyways, right? Helping instead of selling things. Tonya, very shy to post photos and videos. You'll get better and better for sure. And Julia, I'm never okay. This is we shared that. Uh, yeah, a LinkedIn user, not 100% confident about learning as I go. Yes, exactly. That's great. Um, what else? I like to give myself the chance of seeing how few takes I can do for a video, that's great. That's great way to do it. Yeah. So I remember when I record my first video, that was a 3 minute long video. I spent a whole morning, like 4 hours, I guess, 4 hours in the morning. I just lock myself in the room and it's just one take, two takes, three takes, four takes, just keep going. And now I was like, and I record a video in the inner circle the other day. It was like, I don't even want to record a video and upload. I just went live. In the inner circle, I was like, I just want to talk about it, okay? Because I think the information is more important than how great it is, the video is, right? And the other thing is, one thing I know for sure is, when people run ads on social media, these are very commercial quality videos never work as good as these like very personal videos, because
Yeah.
people on social media, they're just tired of watching these commercials, right? And they get more, I think, engaged with the videos from like regular people, like just
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Sure.
So yeah, don't worry about the quality of the video that much. Okay. All right. So, and I'm gonna share the mindset interview we had in the chat as well. If you guys didn't get to watch that, you can save the link. Okay, save the link. I shared that mindset interview we had a few, I think maybe like 6 7 months ago. Lee was one of the interviewees, and we have other teachers there as well. If you are interested, okay. So now let's quickly move on to the next part. Thanks for sharing the challenge. I think that resonates with a lot of teachers here, Lee. The next part is about the discovering your own voice. So the reason we want to talk about it, as I said at the very beginning, right? I feel like just because of this journey, a lot of teachers started their entrepreneurial journey, and then they try to follow others. They try to pretend to be a different person. That actually didn't work very well. And the other day when I talked to Lee, and actually Lee mentioned it, I finding I understand now. I'm becoming myself, right? So that was the reason I thought, okay, maybe we can talk about it, right? I think it's a turning point. Once you realize, okay, I can do this, I can be myself, and that's actually the turning point for you to get better and better results, right? So we have picked three kind of angles to look at this. Number one, you don't have to do everything. You only need to find what works for you. Number one. Number two, you should focus on understanding the principles and then adapt them to fit you. Number two. Number three, you have to be yourself and only need to work with students who appreciate the authentic you. So I'm gonna let Lee talk about the three one by one. I will comment on it and also ask you guys if this resonates with you, if you have more questions about it, right? So let's start with the first one. And by the way, if you are enjoying the interview, right, please don't hesitate to click on the like button. Please click on the like button to help us promote the interview, so more people can accidentally find this interview and they can get help with this interview. Hopefully, they can get something from the interview as well. All right, so let's start with the first one. You don't have to do everything. You only need to find what works for you. Okay, Lee. So, what do you think about this? Share some story with us.
Well, my story basically starts with being a Finn, because I think it's cultural. As much as I hate to admit it, but I think it's cultural, because Finns, we are really good at following rules. And in the 21-day challenge, there were so many templates and like do this and this and this and steps. So of course I started like with all the steps and all the templates and but it didn't all feel like me. It didn't like fit me. I tried to follow it to the T, like being a good Finn, but I tried it and I struggled, and at times I felt really awkward. I felt like it wasn't me. And for example, like uh, somebody always said, like, you can sign off with cheers. I'm like, cheers, that doesn't sound like me. I'd much rather say bye for now. That's like easier for me to say than cheers. That's so not me. I've
Yeah.
used it, but it's not really me. So, anyways, I because of those mindset videos that I already mentioned, it started to change, and I realized that I can be different.
Yeah.
It's like I can do things in my own way and what feels right to me.
Yeah.
And all those templates are just templates.
Yeah.
And I think that's James. James, so many times you've told us, like, templates are great. They're templates.
Yeah.
You make them your own. So, and also the fact that I'm an English learner myself. I'm Finn. I grew up speaking Finnish and I've learned English. So I've struggled through the same things that I forget who said it. Because I've taken, like, I've had so many coaches now that I forget which one of you it was, but the fact that I am an English learner, use it.
Yeah.
So I realized, like, oh, I have so many, like, I can use my own experience as the stories in my posts. So, and that's not something I can't use Tom, Dick, and Harry's story because that's not my experience, but I can use my own experience as an English learner. So it's like I have take it as a benefit rather than obstacle. So and it seems like it has resonated with people because I often get likes and comments from people who are not in my network. And even, for example, this one lady, Laura, she voted in my poll, one of my polls. I just sent her a thank you note. And because I sent her a thank you note for voting, she immediately contacted me, and we had a chat. And she was so eager to start. It didn't matter. My niche is marketing and communication. She was like, I don't care. Can we just start quickly? Because she wanted to get better at communicating. So it's all about communicating anyways. So
Yeah.
she contacted me. She was serious. And now we're on no, we just started our second round.
Yeah.
So now we're just doing,
Yeah.
and another lady, she sent me she didn't even want a sales call. She just said, can we start? So I think that resonates with people when I talk about my own experiences as an English learner.
Yeah, I think that's great point you made, Lee. So when you become become you, like the authentic you, right? And people feel that, and then you're gonna attract them, and they don't feel like and people, a lot of people, I think most people are very suspicious online, right? If you are pretending
Sure.
anything or trying to fake anything, they can just spot it right away. And when you are authentic you, like you just want to be there to help, we want to help them, you're sharing, and people can feel that. That's great. So another thing I want to also add to this part, you don't need to do everything, and you only need to find what works for you. So another problem I'm seeing is, especially teachers who have started journey, no, the template is a good one, right? No, they just do kind of word by word, just follow everything we share. You don't have to. You can always change a little bit. But the other thing is, a lot of people, they're trying to follow others and trying to follow everything, to the T, like everything we suggest. For example, we suggest, okay, you want to post more, at least 3 times a week, right? Make sure your account is active. And then these people, like the teachers, start like just posting for the sake of posting, right? So I think what you do is important. Like you post, and 3 times a week, that's great. So that's important. But it's not like you post 3 times a week, you can get clients. And they just follow that. Okay, James told us to post at least 3 times a week. I'll just post it, and I don't mind what I'm gonna post. I just don't post it. Just post for the sake of posting, right? They never look at it. Okay, how to improve? It's not working. How to improve? It's not working. What to do, right? And the other example can be, so we talk about DMs, right, in our training, the direct messaging, and there are many different ways to do that. And so some teachers just pick one way and follow that, and just for the sake of doing it and just doing it. And even if it's not working, right, they're doing it, right? So then I had a chat with a teacher, I think a month ago. She was like really busy. She was really busy, and she probably only has like 1 hour every day working on the business, and she's trying to do everything. She's trying to do everything. I was like, yes, it's great you can do everything if you have the time, but when you can't, you want to find what is working for you the most. What is the most, the number one thing you want to consider, right? That gets you the best results. Is that the connecting part, the posting, the commenting? What is that? that you need to focus on more. You don't have to do everything. So I think just the message I want to put it out is you don't have to do everything. You just need to
Exactly.
find what works for you. What
Exactly.
works for you, right? Does that make sense to you, Lee? That makes sense.
Absolutely, especially when okay, you start with the 21-day challenge, and we only hear your voice, but then we move on to the inner circle, and then we get more voices, and
Yeah.
then you even move on. If you move on to one-on-one program, also there are more voices, and all these voices are good, and all these suggestions are good. All the coaches are successful, so they all know what has worked for them, so they can only give me what has worked for them. They don't know what will work for me. But now I have to look
Yeah.
at, like, you and Steffi and Robbie and Darren and Tara and all the different ones that it's worked, Jordan, and it's like, you just have to. But
Yeah.
it takes patience, and
Yeah.
that's something that I have lacked in the beginning. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
It's patience, because you have to test the waters. You have to
Yeah.
test what
That's the word.
like you always say, like, don't just test once and then change,
Yeah. Yeah.
but test for a little while, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, whatever.
Yeah.
Just but it really really takes patience,
Yeah.
this finding your own path.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the team has been doing a really good job narrowing down the options, the voices, right?
Yeah,
Because we're helping teachers all the time. We know, like, pretty much, okay, within the 2-3 options, it's gonna work, but still we need to test. For example, what works for teachers who are helping Japanese might not work for teachers who help, let's say, Mexicans, right? Because the
works.
cultures are different, and
Absolutely, yeah.
people respond to your strategy is going to be different, right? So we have these options, the voices that work, but it's still for you to test it. Be
Absolutely.
patient, as you said. Be patient and be analytical, and looking at
Yeah.
numbers, right? Really see, like, what gets you better results. Then you're gonna improve. I think that's the part, right? Don't need to do everything. You need to find what works for you. How to find what works for you. Be patient and be analytical, looking at the numbers, right? Don't just change things. Okay, I use one strategy for one day. Oh, it didn't work. Nothing gonna work, right? If you just look at it for one day, usually want to give it for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, enough time so we can observe, we can get enough data to process and find what's working for you. So
That's
that's a great point. You mentioned that there, it's great.
And also to remember that this is, I mean, just like life is a process, so is my teacher entrepreneurial journey. It's a process, and I need to improve myself. If I want to be better teacher, if I want to be a better marketer, better salesperson, I mean, just look at you. What was the challenge in January 2021? It has changed a lot since then,
Yes.
because you have found better ways to do things. So
Yeah.
in the same way, I need to be open to change. I
Yeah.
think too many times, like, especially when we get older, it's like, we just get like so set in our ways, and no, I do it this way. But it's like, if we're open to change and open to learn, open to improve ourselves, there's really no limit to what we can do.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And that actually is a good liaison to the next topic, right? Things are changing, as you mentioned earlier. Things are changing. Things are we now back to what you said. Yes, if you look at what we cover in the 21 challenge, or even what we cover in the inner circle in January 2021, like over a year
2020.
ago, is so different now. So
Yeah.
different from what we have right now. We're adapting, we're changing to get better results.
I mean, you
So
even look at DMs.
yeah, the DMs, yes. So we're gonna move on to the next one, and don't hesitate to comment. I know a lot of comment there. For example, Tara mentioned that exactly testing is the key. As you guys said, as you guys say, we just no, we was just talking about with another teacher entrepreneur. That's great, amazing mindset tips and test the waters so coolly. I love listening to what you are saying. That's great. That really resonates with a lot of teachers, right? Um, you don't have to do everything. You find what is working for you by being patient and analytical. Okay, that's one. And I wanted to quickly move on to the next one, which is very much related to what we are talking about here right now. So you should focus on understanding the principles, then adapt them to fit you. So we already touched on this a little bit. So things are changing, we're making our trainings are different, right? We're making changes, making updates, and for teach entrepreneurs, like Lee, you are making changes, you're adapting. But one thing is not changing is the principles,
Mm,
right? In
yeah,
marketing, in marketing, we talk about the connect, nurture, convert, 3 steps. The
exactly.
strategies to connect might be different depending on, let's say, how in social media platforms evolves, and the nurturing can be different depending on like your skills, right? You used to do a lot of text only copy. Now you're great at videos, and the videos getting you better results. You're making more videos, or you are doing more carousels, posts, different things. How to nurture your audience. That the principle is the same, right? Converting when it comes to sales, you used to do this, right, to convert, but now you're getting better and better, and you're doing different things. So the principles are the same. And then what's everyone need to do, right? Don't get distracted by all these changes, right, surrounding you, but really focus on the principles, looking at what you need to do to adapt them to fit you, fit your business, right? So this is the second part, and I'll let Lee kind of share stories about herself, and then I will comment on it too. So Lee, what do you think about this, like focusing on your principles, then adapt things to fit you?
Um, I think that takes courage, in my case at least, because I mean, you have to do something very different to dare to be different. Like, no, we have the principles, we have the scripts, we have which is all great. It's like you said, they're proven. This is a proven method, proven script, proven templates. They work, but they're not mine. So they don't have my voice. They don't have my story. So I need to add my story into those templates and into those posts, that my story will resonate to those people that want to work with me.
And
So I think it's just no, it's a huge mindset shift for me, and I'm nowhere near done. I have like a long ways to go still, but I'm happy. uh, I'm happy to be able to say that I'm improving, I'm changing, I'm getting better, I'm learning new things, and I am challenged to try out these different things and to have the patience, because also, like, people say you can have, like, 10 strategy no sales calls every. Sorry, I'm not saying that strategy session, that's a tough one for me to
it is, it is,
so
it is tough thing for me too.
I just call it sales call. So but I mean that. So to have like so many sales calls and then convert so many people, but that's one thing I have to work on is sales and converting. That I get them to the sales call, but
Yeah,
then I talk them out of converting because
yeah,
of my
yeah,
much talking.
yeah, yeah. I
So
think,
so
yeah,
I'm learning these different things about myself also in the process.
yeah. And one thing you mentioned earlier, I think is a good example to use here is, so no other people are using cheers, then you use just bye for now, right? So, right. I mean, we want to use one just to be more like, polite, right? You don't have to use the exact word. And another example, some of you probably remember if you've been working with us for a long time. I remember when we first started, maybe in 2019, 2020, in the sales script, I probably you don't even know about this. So in the sales script and on the script, when we handle money objections, right? We actually one sentence was, money is never a problem. All right. So and then I keep getting this feedback was like, James, I can't see that. I can't see that. And I don't feel comfortable saying that. I was like, just don't say it. Just don't say it, right? So we have these templates that give you guidance, right? You want to tell you the structure, handle money objection, you want to tell a story, you want to talk, help empower people, right? And then if you are not comfortable with anything, just template, then don't use it, right? And I think before we make it clear, people are like, oh, that's the magical word, the magical sentence. If I don't say it, I wouldn't be able to handle. It's not, right? The principles the same. How you handle money projections, the 3 steps, 4 steps. you follow that. But in terms of what you say, right, you want to adapt them.
And also, I think it takes confidence to be able to, because you're like that, you're like our teacher, you're
Yeah,
like our main coach. So for me to like go and change something that you've given me
yeah, yeah,
is like, it's a scary thing.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like, am I stepping on thin ice here?
Yeah, yeah,
Doing
yeah,
this? So I
exactly.
think it takes confidence in just in the process. Like you always
Yeah,
said, like, trust the process. So it takes confidence to trust the
yeah,
process.
yeah.
And that's something that those mindset videos will help with.
Thanks for that. Yeah, so I agree with you. So I didn't notice first, and then I realized, okay, it's a confidence thing. Because people, a lot of teachers are new to everything, right? They're new to everything. It takes some courage to change things, So that makes sense. That make it even important for people to understand the principles. So the framework, the steps, you need to understand this and make sure
Yeah.
you are following these
Yeah.
proven steps, the frameworks. But things on top of it, things that you use to deliver, right, can be customized, can be tailored, can be changed,
Sure.
right? And just don't just completely just blindly just following everything we have on the slides. Understand why, and I tell teachers, right, challenge me. So why James asked me to do this? Like
Hmm.
why I need to do this, why we need to do this, right?
Yeah.
Ask the why question, why I need to do this, what happens if I don't do it, right? And then that allows you to get deeper and deeper into the training, right? And then you understand the principles, and then you know what, you can even come up with your own strategies, your own like approaches that are gonna work for your niche, right?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a lot of DMs, the direct messaging, like when I talk to clients who are more successful, they're like using a hybrid versions. They're like picking things, right? Oh, I'm using this, and I'm not getting many results
Sure.
by doing this, but I'm I change a little bit. But the principle is the same, right? Start conversation, then identify the pain points, then introduce a call. So the principles are the same, but how are you going to get people navigate through these conversations, get people to the last step? That
Yeah.
can be a little bit different, right? And I remember the other one that was very funny. So we have Darren's training, right? Darren's training, and with the DM templates, is that sort of thing? Remember that? Is that sort of thing? So that's
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
is that sort of thing. So then he was like, "Oh, I don't feel like saying that." I was like,
Even
"Don't
I've
say
changed that.
it,
That's
don't
not.
say it, right?" Right. So and everyone had their own style, but you want to like focus more on like understanding the structure, like what I'm saying this message instead of
Sure.
how you say it, right? So that's so
Sure.
interesting. So I think the point here is focus on understanding the principles, adapt them to fit you, right? So if
Yes.
you're on the surface, you just on the surface of the training, you try to follow everything we're teaching, then you're not going to be yourself. You're going to lose your voice because you're trying to be James. You're trying to be Lee. You're trying to be Darren. You're trying to be others, whoever is teaching you, right? You want to dig a little bit deeper into the principles. It's like the skeleton, like the human, right? Skeleton. You want to get a skeleton, and then you put
Sure. Sure.
the skin, the muscles. Then you can develop. You can put together a human yourself instead of you get a whole person, right? You want
Yeah.
to get deeper. I think that's the message. So I want to pause here and to see how do you guys feel? Is that something that resonate with you? Okay, that's something resonate with you, understanding the principles and adapt them to fit you so that you can keep your voice, right? You understand the principles, you keep the voice. Otherwise, you're gonna just use the same wording. That's what we're saying. Money is
Yeah.
not a problem, right? Then it's not you. It's not you anymore. And then you feel bad, and you feel like a push, a forced, and then people won't feel you, like they won't connect with you. Right? Does it make sense to you guys? I'm seeing some comments. Laura, James provides a proven framework, but we can customize them to reflect our voice. That's a great
Yeah.
summary, Laura. That's a great,
Yeah.
exactly
Perfect.
what Lee and I are trying to tell you guys. It makes sense. Hugo, thanks for sharing that. Lee, may I ask what you mean by talking them out of comforting because too much talking? I think that's what I heard you say. Can you comment on this?
Yes.
The,
I'm a talker, and I tend to like. I had a coaching session with Jordan, and we taped my solution step portion. And later on, I listened to it again, and I was appalled by the fact that I actually overspoke. When he was talking, I cut him off. I was suggesting things to him. I was being too friendly, and it's like I would probably would have talked him out of it, out of buying my buying my program because I did not let them talk, and that's what all that social solution step and that sales call is all about. It should be them talking to me, them describing their, not me giving them options. Oh, is this because I get what's that word, impatient when they're looking for a word. So
Yeah.
it's like I try to like suggest things to them, and that's not how a sales call should
Yeah,
go.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that, Cheryl. If you have a following up question, please
Great
ask.
question. Good.
Yeah, and I think that's Maria. Maria, Lee, James, thank you. Great points. Learn more about ourselves in this journey. That's exactly right. And Julia is the one said about being not satisfied with the content. So I feel like selling soul to the devil. I've been trying to get closer to something that works and doesn't make me feel like that. Yeah, I think that's a mindset from like selling to helping, right? Get yourself out there. Not because I want to get
Absolutely. Yeah,
as many clients
absolutely.
as I can. It's really get yourself because you can deliver so much. You can help so many people. And focus on that, right? Focus on that, and then clients gonna come, because clients is more like they appreciate your time. They want to invest in themselves and by working with you, right? So that's great feedback here. Yep, yep. So all right, cool. I get a lot of comments here. Lilian, it makes so much sense. Understanding the principle, adapting them to you, your voice. Great advice. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Yeah, if you haven't liked the session, please like the session. Help us. And if you have questions,
Mhm.
don't hesitate to ask. And we're gonna move on to the last one. You have to be yourself and only need to work with students who appreciate the authentic you. Let me put the banner up so you can see it. Yep, you have to be yourself and only need to work with students who appreciate the authentic you. I think that's the reason I think we're interested in talking about this is a lot of people who are afraid of sharing things on LinkedIn. They were like, "Oh, am I good enough? Am I actually gonna be able to attract students who gonna like me, who want to work with me?" And people who are hesitant to put videos out there. Oh, what do people think of me? Right? Am I good enough? What people to think about me, think of me, right? And they always have these concerns because they are sharing on social media, and more people are gonna find out about them and gonna learn more about them, right? And they have these type of concerns. So what I always tell people is, you want to get yourself out there, not because you want to please the whole world,
Mm,
right? It's because you have something to offer. You can help people, and you don't need to worry about people who are not interested in working with you. People who are gonna judge you, right? You don't need to worry about them, right? They're not gonna become your clients anyways. And
sure.
you put yourself out there only to help people who actually appreciate authentic you, right? I think that resonates with you, Lee, right? And all the clients you have attracted, all the clients you have got, they like you as a person. They don't like,
I think so. Yeah.
they didn't work with you because they want to work with somebody else that you pretend to be, right? So, what do you think about this one, Lee?
Well, I mean, when you think of it, that people only buy from people that they trust. So, and if I'm not being authentic me, uh, I can't. I have nothing to offer them because they'll see through it. I mean, people are not dumb. They can see through my when I'm not being authentic and when I'm trying to put somebody else's words into my
Yeah,
posts and into
yeah,
what I give them. But
yeah,
if my story should be enough to attract those who are interested in work, because we're not supposed to work with everyone. There's no way I can. I mean, how many people are there on LinkedIn? It's like, of course, I mean, there are thousands of Spanish speakers that I can approach, and I know a few that say no or are not interested. So, but I think it's no, we just have to present ourselves, our own voice, and it's like I think in the process I've also discovered my why, because I think it's good for us to know why we do these things. Why do I want to be a teacher? Why do I want to uh, start this business? And I think my why is just uh, it's basically that I love to help people to um, to become something that so that they can also do what they love. It's like, just empowering. That's a good word for it. Empowering people to be able to do what they love to do. And English is such a global language today. It's required, it's needed. I have many people that actually who I've worked with that they wanted to do an English course because they were about to lose their job if they did not improve their English. So they were really needy. It's like I think my fear of not fear, but my I'm not so good at sales because the majority of my students have come. They've been very eager. They've almost like just okay, great. So when can we start? So I haven't had many sales calls that I've had to struggle with. So lately I've had quite a few sales calls. So my practice of sales, the script, I need to go go through that again. But yeah, authenticity, and it's impossible to be successful if I copy other people or if I try to please other people. I can't copy what James does. I can't copy Darren or Robbie or Tara or Steph. I can't copy everything everyone does. So I just need to pick the things that work with me, and that helps me be authentic, and that helps me present me and not the conglomeration of everybody else.
Conversation. Yeah, that's a great summary. Yes. So being able to only do things that work for you, right? Being patient, being analytical, so adjust things, and also by following the principles, understanding like what works for you, and adapt things to your own voice that
Yeah,
allows you to be authentic, right, in your business, and then that enables you to attract people who actually want to work with authentic you, and then that's a good combination of everything here that allows you to enjoy your business, your life, and connect with your whys, right? So if you want to pretend to be others, then even you get clients, right? You can
yeah,
keep pretending to be others, right? You're not going to enjoy it, or you can even not, you can't even deliver the results, right?
yeah,
So yeah, authentic yourself. I think you can't, I think to make it very clear, right? You can't be the authentic you if you try to do everything. You try to uh,
that's right.
just to copy others, and without looking at the principle, without adapting things
That's
to yourself, right? So you can't be authentic you. And in order to do that, the two things we talked about before this one, you have to do that, and then you become authentic you, and then they're gonna help you more with your business. So I think it's a great way to look at it. So maybe to the audience, how many of you guys resonate with this, and you want to be authentic you, and or you are already being authentic you, and how that helped you with your business, right? Don't hesitate to comment in the chat, so we you can share that with us as well. All right, so we're gonna take a look at the comments. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to ask, right? From Debbie, I'm finding this really liberating. Just be yourself. Yeah, you feel like a lot of burden, you can just throw away, right? Oh, I don't
Sure,
have to
sure.
be this, I don't have to be that. Just be
Very
authentic.
true.
I actually get better results, right? A lot of people just feel like, oh, I don't know what to post. So that's a question I got asked a lot. James, I don't know what to post. I was like, you can post anything, right? Why don't you know how to, and the reason they don't know what to post, because they always want to be that authority. They always want to be that, you know, uh, a person that give advice.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, please, Lee. Yeah,
That one time when we met, you told me that don't only post about English.
yeah,
So I've tried to post also about my niche. And a few weeks ago, I posted about leadership and communication and leadership. And I got 19,000 impressions. And it had nothing to do with English. I didn't say a word about English,
yeah,
but it just resonated with people. What I said. So
yeah.
to post, like you said, post things about your niche, not just about English.
Yeah, yeah, and I think relate that to what we are talking about today is that if you only post English, communication like all the English, then you're pretend to be an English teacher, but you're not only an English teacher. Right?
True,
You're
true,
not
that's
only English teacher, and then you post everything, about your needs, about English, about everything. That's you. You're an English teacher. You're also a thing. You also love doing this and doing that, right? They
true.
really open up a lot of good ideas, and then people are more likely to engage with you because they see you,
Yeah.
not English teacher behind that picture posting English all the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Does
yeah,
it make sense to you
yeah.
guys as well, whoever's watching right now, right? When it comes to posting, just think about who am I, like what I'm interested, what I want to share with the whole world. It doesn't have to only be your business. Yes, we use social media to help us promote our business, but it's not everything we do. Social media, you have identity on social media. Who that person? You want that person to be the same as the real, authentic you. If that person, like you are that person on social media, what would you do? Would you only posting like English? That real you? Right? Think about that. You're really gonna open up so many ideas, right? Or you go on a trip, post about it, right? And then you have some reflection, realization today, post about it, even if it doesn't have anything to do with your business, with English. It's okay.
But it can
Post it.
always somehow be like turned toward your niche.
Yeah. And yes, exactly. Whatever you post, you can always come back to your niche because what are the takeaways you want to share with your audience, your community, right?
Yeah.
So you went on a trip, you made some mistakes, right? And then you was like, you know what? I think that's my learnings from this. You share
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Stay positive, share. I mean, whatever you post can always relate to your niche. Again, why want to do that? Because you want to help, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Coming back to what we said, not selling. If you are focusing on selling, then you're gonna promote your business all the time. You're gonna promote your program all the time, right? Because you focus on selling, you only want to sell. You want to get clients. But if you focus on helping, oh, I had some realization today. It's about me. Then okay, how does this gonna help my community? Then you relate to your community very
Exactly.
naturally because you want to help. Whatever you post or whatever you are learning, you want to share with your client, with your audience, with your community because you focus on sharing, helping, not selling, right? So
Yeah.
everything just come together in reality, right? Everything's come together.
And
Yeah.
even
So,
when you think of all of us are teaching English or coaching English, it all has to do with communication. So anything, any kind of a post you can turn toward leaders communicate, marketer. I mean, medical people, they communicate. Everybody communicates. So you can always find some kind of a corner to
yeah, yeah.
pull it back into that.
Ingo, wow, I love this, Lee. It's great. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, Cheryl, these points are critical, I think, for having a successful, satisfying business. Is feeling to be motivated by being ourselves, yeah, and truly seeking to help our
Exactly.
clients.
Yeah.
It's a great takeaway from this interview, Cheryl. Thanks for sharing that. Um,
That's such a great word, that freeing, like to be free to do something,
yeah,
because I'm not bound by somebody else's rules and like, no, this is how you have to
exactly.
do
It's
it.
great to be
This is my
motivated.
business. I
Yeah,
need to make my business my business. It's not like my business, but actually it's James's business. So it's like it's my business. So I have to it's freedom when you realize that you can make it, you can confidently,
I like that.
courageously make these
Yeah,
templates your own.
yeah, the freedom.
Freedom is
Exactly.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
And once you have the freedom, you're gonna have the creativity,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
Right, right. And
yeah.
then you're gonna feel like, liberated. People seeing that, right?
And I think even like, when you have that idea, your what to post will come. Because when you're not in that box of like, I have to do this and this and this and this, and everybody else does it. So when I have that freedom, I think it's just easier to even come up with stuff to post.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right, another comment very quickly. I recently realized I post it's like filter, bring people who resonate with it. Don't need the others. No need to please everyone. Be yourself to find people who are a good fit. Exactly, it's a filter. The
Exactly. That's
content
perfect.
yourself, and you want to use yourself, the identity you put together on social media to filter people you love working, and that's also
Yeah,
the freedom. I only work with people I want to work with, right?
exactly.
That's all the freedom, right? So yeah, great interview from Kathy. Thanks for the practical points and mindset. That's great. Thanks for sharing that, Kathy. Yeah. So if you guys have more questions, don't hesitate to comment. We have a few minutes left, and very quickly, I know a lot of teachers who have already who are watching right now have already done the 21 challenge, but I still want to promote the 21 challenge a little bit more because that's where it started, right? For you, Lee, and started for many teachers here. If you haven't done the 21 day teach entrepreneur challenge, it's a group training we run every month, and we're gonna be in a group. We help you for 21 days to get this journey started. Okay, learn about marketing, sales, your niche, and if you're interested, please take a look at the website. And what is even better is we have a 35% discount ticket. I think maybe 20 left this month. And if you want to get in for the August 1st 2022 21 day challenge, I can share this link with you so you can join the 21 day challenge for only $127 instead of $197 with a 35% discount. Okay, if you are interested in starting this journey with us, and you have been inspired by what we said here, you feel like you want to be a teacher entrepreneur yourself, you want to get your own student, you're gonna get the freedom, right? Look at the link and join us in August 1st. That's the starting date. Okay. All right. So take a look at the link. I'm not gonna talk too much about the 21 challenge because I think a lot of people here have already done the 21 challenge. Ask questions if you want, and feel free to reach out to us. Okay. So back to this. Maybe Leah, I'll let you share a little bit about 21 challenge. I know I'm supposed to. So what do you think about 21 challenge? Are you gonna recommend that to teachers?
Well, I mean, when I started it, when I did the 21 day challenge, I never even thought of that I could make more than 20 or 30 euros or dollars uh, an hour doing anything, let alone teaching. So that sort
And
of
you have
like,
a PhD, and you have a PhD,
and I have a PhD.
right?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it was a no. When I realized that there's a future in this, and it was like a no-brainer to take it because James and the challenge, it just gives you the basics, the foundation, what you need to start your own business and to I mean, I started at $50 an hour or 50 euros an hour, but I'm up to 80, and I was doing 50 for a long time. James told me like, Lee, what are you still doing this? It's like, you should already move up. But as my confidence grew, I also have been able to put up my price some. So I'm just excited to see, where this will go. But if you are by any chance you haven't taken the challenge, I really encourage you to do that because it is no. If you can do that and go through the challenge and start your business and start thinking about your own business, it's just worth it. It's worth the freedom. It's really, I think
Thank you.
that's the main thing
Thank
is the
you, Lee.
freedom that you
Yeah.
can get. You no longer work for someone else, and you no longer implement somebody else's thoughts and ideas, but you can implement your own. And I think that's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I would
Thank
have
you.
never like even thought that I might be creative, but now throughout this journey, I have realized like, hey, wait a minute, there is some creativity in there somewhere.
Me
But it's
too.
like all these things only came because I joined the 21 day
Thank
challenge.
you.
So
Thank you, Lee.
please, if you're on a fence,
Yeah,
hop down.
appreciate that. It's a lot of teachers start with 21 challenge. If you are thinking about it, please join us. Now take action, right? Do it. 21 days. You're gonna learn so much about this. All right. So if you guys have more questions, I know we're at the hour now. So if you have more questions, don't hesitate to leave it in the chat. We're gonna try to answer as many questions as possible. Maybe we're gonna stay another 1 minute or 2 minutes. Is that okay with you, Lee, to answer
Sure,
some
sure. Yeah.
questions? Okay. Some comments first. Okay. From Maria, such fundamental points building a business that adapts to who we are and the lifestyle we want. Exactly. Exactly. You have to enjoy the business. You have to feel the freedom. You have to be yourself. It is a business. It's not a job. You can just let yourself be okay with it for 3 years. You can find another job. It's not a job. It's a business that's gonna stick with you. It's gonna stick with you for the rest of your career. So of course you want to do that. Thanks for sharing it. Yep.
Another fundamental point is the goals. I mean, Steph
Goal
is coaching
setting.
on goals,
Yeah.
the goal
Yeah.
setting. That's
Yeah.
just so important because if I don't have goals, I don't think I'll necessarily have the motivation uh, to go forward because. I mean,
Yeah.
and the way she brings out what we how we're supposed to set up big goals and then monthly
Yeah.
goals and
Yeah.
daily goals and just and keep them in front of our faces
Yeah.
to remember why we're doing this.
Yeah. It's a good reminder. I haven't read my C-type goal today. I need to go read it. Okay. All right. So another one from Tara. Thanks to you, Lee, for liberating insights. I think it's being ourselves. We get to
Thank
have
you.
tons of fun in our business and in helping. Yeah, got it wrong. It's good. So
Thanks, Sarah.
yeah, that's a great point as well. So let's see if there are any questions and from Carol. Thanks, Lee James, for a great interview. Thank you,
Thanks,
Carol.
Karen.
A question from David: is normal to start at one price and then raise it over time? Yeah, I think that's very typical for teacher entrepreneurs who work with us. We start with a lower price, usually $50 an hour, like $60 an hour are what we recommend to start with. And as you are moving forward, getting more and more clients, you're gonna increase your price. And a couple of reasons because your program is improving, right? As you're doing that again and again, your program is improving, and also your sales is better, your confidence is higher, right? And there's so many reasons for you to increase your price. Lee is slower for Lee. Usually, I would expect you to be at already over $100 an hour by now, Lee. But I mean, it's okay. Follow your own pace, right? Usually, after like 9 months, a year, we see teachers increase their price to over $100 an hour.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Yeah, you will. You will. It's okay. Yeah. So, what is next one? Question. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all. I don't see any questions. I guess we covered all of them today, and just to kind of to summarize, right? Finding your own voice, discovering your own voice that actually benefits your business, right? But you can't do that if you don't know that you don't have to follow everything. You just need to find what will work for you. If you don't know that you can actually adapt things, right, by following the principles. So you need to do these two things to make sure you can actually find your own voice, be authentic. And then once you be authentic, you're gonna be able to have the freedom. That's a good word, right? Free and also free to do things, right? Like in the business, be more creative. That all comes after you become your authentic yourself in the business, but it might get you there right away. You want to be more analytical, be patient to find things that work for you, and also know that you can adapt things, right? All right. I think that's it for today. Thank you guys again for spending time with us, joining the interview. And if you want to join the 21 challenge, please click on the link I shared with you guys and join the next round starting on August 1st. And we would love to see more of you guys in the 21 challenge. And also, if you missed some previous interview, I got that link somewhere as well. I can share with you the interview we had before. 1 second. I will upload the recording from this one to the website as well. Okay. All right, guys. I send the link to you guys. Thanks again for spending time with us, and also thank you very much, Lee.
Thank you so much for
Spending
having me
time
here.
with us and inspiring the community, discovering
Sure.
their voice in their own teaching online teaching business. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, actually, we're gonna have a next one in August. Actually, we already fixed. We're gonna meet Hannah, talking about a little bit more about content marketing. So if you have time, let me see when is that? I think we have already decided on the time. Give me 1 second. Nope. Oh, Hannah. All right. So if you have time, we're actually gonna have a next interview at 2 p.m. Eastern time on the 25th, August 25th, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, write it down. 2 p.m. Eastern time. That will be 7 p.m. GMT UK time, and then 8 p.m. CET. Okay, 25th August. We're gonna talk about content marketing a little bit more there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, take care.
Thanks so much.
Bye, Lee.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Okay.